Hello everyone, today I am going to start a new playlist in which we are going to cover geometry from basics to the advanced level. Okay everyone, so in this video we are going to discuss about points, angles and lines. Okay, so let's start with the points. So points everyone knows. Okay, there are two types of points. First is collinear points and the second is non-collinear points. Okay everyone, collinear points are the points which lies on a straight line. Okay, which lies on a straight line. Okay everyone, collinear points are the points which lies on a straight line. For example, this is a straight line. Okay, for example, this is a straight line. You can see that point A, point B, point C are collinear points because they lies on a straight line. Okay, now after this, non-collinear points. Okay, non-collinear points are the points which does not lies on a straight line. Okay, which does not lies on a straight line. Okay everyone, for example, point P, point Q and point R, these 3 points does not lies on a straight line, so these 3 points we call it as non-collinear points. Okay everyone, so basically the points which lies on a straight line are called as collinear points, and the points which does not lies on a straight line are called as non-collinear points. Okay, can we say that any 2 points, okay, take any 2 points, okay, any 2 points are always collinear. Okay, we can draw a straight line from any 2 given points. Okay, so what we can remember is 2 points are always collinear. Okay, to draw a straight line we need any 2 points. Okay, so any 2 points are always collinear. We can draw a straight line from any 2 points. Okay everyone, after that a unique triangle, okay, a unique triangle can be drawn by using 3 non-collinear points, and a unique circle can be drawn by using any 3 non-collinear points. Okay everyone, from 3 non-collinear points we can draw a triangle, and a unique circle can be drawn by using any triplet of 3 non-collinear points. Okay everyone, so this is about points. After this, the next is angles. Let's have a look at it. After this, let's start with angles. Okay, so basically there are 4 types of angles. First is right angle, then acute angle, then obtuse angle, and then reflex angle. Okay, right angle is an angle whose measurement is equal to 90 degree. Okay, how right angle looks like, let's have a look at it. This is how right angle looks like. Okay everyone, how we represent right angle by using this sign. Okay, now acute angle is an angle whose measurement is less than 90 degree. Okay, acute angle is an angle whose measurement is less than 90 degree. How it looks like, let's have a look at it. This, so acute angle looks like this. Okay, whose measurement is less than 90 degree. Now obtuse angle is an angle whose measurement is between, okay, between 90 degree and 180 degree. Okay everyone, obtuse angle is the angle whose measurement is between 90 degree and 180 degree. How it looks like this. Okay everyone, let's have a look at it. Obtuse angle looks like this. Okay, this angle is, the measurement of this angle is in between 90 degree and 180 degree. Okay, and the last is reflex angle. Okay, reflex angle is the angle whose measurement is between, okay, between 180 degree and 360 degree. Okay everyone, how reflex angle looks like, let's have a look at it. This is how reflex angle looks like. Okay, over here this angle, okay, this angle which is more than 180 degree but less than 360 degree is called as reflex angle. Okay everyone, after this there are types of pairs of angles. Okay, so which types of pairs of angles I am talking about, let's have a look at it. Okay, first is complementary angles and the second one is supplementary angles. Okay, so over here angle A and angle B, look here, angle A and angle B are complementary angles. Okay, angle A and angle B are complementary angles if their addition is 90 degree. Okay everyone, so 2 angles are called as complementary with each other if their addition is 90 degree. Okay, and 2 angles are called as supplementary with each other if their addition is 180 degree. Okay, so angle X and angle Y are supplementary with each other. Okay, are called as supplementary angles if their sum is 180 degree. Okay everyone, so if 2 angles Okay, if two angles are complementary with each other, then their addition has to be 90 degree, and if two angles are supplementary with each other, then their addition has to be 180 degree. Okay, for example, let's take angle whose measurement is 60 degree. Okay, if angle is 60 degree, then its complementary angle is going to be which one? Okay, if the angle is 60 degree, then its complementary angle is going to be 90 minus 60. That is equal to how much? 30 degree. You can see that 30 plus 60 is 90. Okay everyone, so two angles are complementary if their addition is 90 degree. Okay, now over here supplementary angle is going to be how much? Let's have a look at it. Okay, so for supplementary angle the addition has to be 180 degree. Okay, so 180 minus 60 is equal to how much? 120 degree. You can see that 60 degree plus 120 degree is how much? 180 degree. Okay, so for 60 degree complementary angle is 30 degree, and for 60 degree supplementary angle is 120 degree. Okay, let's have a look at one more example. If the measurement of an angle is x degree, then its complementary angle is how much? If the measurement of an angle is x degree, then its complementary angle is 90 minus x, and its supplementary angle is how much? Its supplementary angle is 180 minus x. Okay everyone, so complementary angle addition is 90 degree, and supplementary angle the addition is 180 degree. Okay everyone, so after this we are going to start with lines. Okay, so let's start with lines. Yes everyone, let's start with the lines now. Okay, so before we start with types of lines, okay, tell me one thing. Let's say this is a straight line. Okay, and the measurement of this angle is going to be how much? Okay, measurement of this angle is going to be how much? The measurement of this angle is going to be 180 degree. Okay everyone, so now look here, there are two types of lines. First is intersecting lines and the second is parallel lines. Okay, so let's have a look at intersecting lines. Okay, intersecting lines are the lines which intersect each other like this. Okay everyone, so over here if I say the measurement of this angle is, let's say this angle is of measurement 45 degree. Okay, so this angle is how many degrees? Tell me. This angle is going to be 180 minus 45, because sum of this angle and this angle is how much? 180 degree. Okay everyone, a straight line forms a 180 degree angle. Okay, so 45 plus which number is 180? 180 minus 45, that is equal to how much? 180 minus 45, that is equal to 135. Okay everyone, similarly if this angle is 135, okay, this angle is going to be how much? This angle is going to be 180 minus 135. Okay everyone, 180 minus 135, that is going to be how much? That is going to be 45 degree. Okay, similarly this angle is going to be how much? This angle is going to be again 45 plus which number is 180? Okay, that is 180 minus 45, that is equal to how much? 135 degree. Okay everyone, so from this what we can say, that the opposite angles formed at intersection point. Okay, in case of two lines the opposite angles formed at intersection point are equal. Okay, so what do I mean here? Let's have a look at it. If I say if the measurement of this angle is x degree, okay, the measurement of this angle is x degree, the measurement of this angle has to be x degree. Okay, then measurement of this angle becomes how much? The measurement of this angle becomes 180 minus x, and similarly the measurement of this angle is also going to be 180 minus x. Okay everyone, so this is how we can interpret intersecting lines. So in case of intersecting lines, opposite angle formed at intersection point are equal. Okay everyone, after this let's come to parallel lines. Okay, so parallel lines are the lines which never intersect each other. Okay, like this, parallel lines are the lines which never intersect each other, or you can say that parallel lines are the lines in which perpendicular distance always remains constant. Okay, if this distance is d, then this perpendicular distance has to be d only. Okay, so parallel lines are the lines which never intersect with each other, or you can say that the perpendicular distance between two parallel lines always remain constant. Okay, and after that the line which intersect parallel line, look here, the line which intersect parallel line is called as what? Is called as transversal. The line which intersect parallel line is called as transversal. Okay everyone, so now there are few properties of parallel lines. Let's have a look at those properties. Okay, so over here let's say there are two parallel lines. Let's say these two parallel lines are L1 and L2, and this is a transversal T1. Okay everyone, let's say this angle is A, this angle is of measurement A degree, this angle is of measurement B degree. Okay everyone, so let's say this angle is A degree, this angle is B, this angle is C, this angle is D. Okay, after that this angle is E, this angle is F, this angle is G, and this one is H. Okay everyone, so now you need to tell me which angle is equal to which angle. Okay everyone, so there are three types of angles. First is opposite angles. Okay, opposite angles are the angles which we saw in intersecting lines. Okay everyone, so over here can I say that angle A is equal to angle C? Okay everyone, angle B is equal to angle D, then angle E is equal to angle G, and angle F is equal to angle H. Okay, after this, corresponding angles. Okay, which angles we call it as corresponding angles? So look here, over here we can see that angle A and angle E are corresponding angles. Okay everyone, angle A and angle E are corresponding angles. Similarly, look here, angle C and angle G are also corresponding angles. Okay everyone, so in corresponding angles, which angles are equal to each other? Let's have a look at it. So angle A is equal to angle A is equal to angle E. Okay everyone, after that angle B is equal to angle F, then angle D is equal to angle H, and then angle C is equal to angle G. Okay everyone, so these angles are called as corresponding angles. Okay everyone, after that alternate angles. Look here, alternate angles are the angles which are in a form of Z. Okay, alternate angles are the angles which are in a form of Z. Okay, so these angles are called as alternate angles. Okay everyone, if these two lines are parallel lines, okay, and then the angle formed in a form of Z are called as alternate angles. Okay, so over here we can see that angle D is equal to angle F. Okay, angle D is equal to angle F. This is called as a pair of alternate angles. Similarly, we can see that angle C is equal to angle E. Okay everyone, so alternate angles are the angles which are formed in a format of Z. Okay, so over here we can say that angle D is equal to angle F, and similarly angle C is equal to angle E. Okay everyone, so these are basic pairs of congruent angles. Okay, you can derive few more pair also. Okay, for example look here, we know that A is equal to C and we know that C is equal to G. So from this we can say that A is equal to G. Okay everyone, so from this we can derive few more congruent pairs. Okay, so but basically we need to remember the basic congruent pairs, that is opposite angles pairs, corresponding angles pairs, and alternate angles pairs. Okay everyone, now after this let's have a look at the next property. Okay, so in the given diagram can I say that angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degree? Okay everyone, angle A plus angle D is equal to how much? 180 degree. Okay, now we know that angle A is equal to angle E. Okay, so let's replace angle A with E. So this equation becomes what? This equation becomes E plus D. Okay, E plus D is equal to how much? 180 degree. Okay everyone, so angle E plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. After this, similarly you can say that angle C plus angle F on the other hand side. Okay, on the left hand side angle D plus angle E is equal to 180 degree, and on the right hand side angle C plus angle F is going to be how much? 180 degree. Okay, so from this what we can remember, that the sum of two interior angles formed by two parallel line and one transverse on a same side is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so let me repeat this part again. Okay, so what I said earlier, the sum of two interior angles formed by two parallel side and by one transversal on a same side is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so actually this statement is a bit difficult to remember, so what we can do is we can remember the diagram. Okay, so if these two lines are parallel to each other, okay, and if this is a transversal, okay, then the sum of these two angles, look here, let's call this as P, let's call this as Q. So the sum of P and Q is going to be how much? 180 degree. Okay everyone, or let's call this as X and let's call this as Y. Okay, sum of X and Y is going to be how much? 180 degree. Let me repeat that statement again. Okay, sum of two interior angles formed by two parallel lines and one transversal on a same side is always equal to 180 degree. Okay everyone, after this there is one more property in parallel lines. Okay, so let's have a look at that property. Let's say there are three parallel lines. Okay, L1, L2, L3, these are three parallel lines, and T1 and T2, these are two transversals. Okay, T1 and T2, these are two transversals. Okay, so now these three parallel lines cuts these two transversals such that the length of line segment formed on transversal T1 is small a and small b. Okay, the length of line segments formed on transversal T1 is a and b, and the on transversal T2 is, let's say, c and d. Okay everyone, so over here the property is the lengths of, okay, the ratio of the length of line segment formed by three parallel lines on these two transversals is same. Okay, means on the first transversal the ratio of length of line segments is how much? A divided by b. On the second transversal the ratio of length of line segments formed by these three parallel lines is c divided by d. Okay, so over here we can say that a divided by b is equal to c divided by d. Okay everyone, after this we are going to solve few questions, okay, depending on these concepts. So the first question is in front of you. Find angle XYZ, means we are supposed to find this angle. Okay, given that XP is parallel to ZQ. Okay, XP is parallel to ZQ. Okay, so over here we are supposed to do one construction. The construction is what? From point Y we are supposed to draw a line, okay, which is parallel to XP also and which is parallel to ZQ also. Okay everyone, from point Y we are supposed to draw a line which is parallel to XP also and ZQ also. Let's say that line is YR. Okay, so over here what we can say that XP is parallel to YR and is parallel to ZQ. Okay everyone, so now over here we need to find the value of XYZ. So let's say this angle is small a and let's say this angle is small b. Okay, so angle XYZ is going to be how much? A plus b. So by using the property that we saw just earlier, okay, so we know that XP is parallel to YR. Okay, so and over here XY will act as transversal. Okay, so we can say that angle 138, angle X, that is 138 plus A is going to be how much? 180 degree. So if we solve this equation, the value of A is going to be how much? 42 degree. Okay, similarly we can see that YR is parallel to ZQ. Okay everyone, so and over here YZ will act as transversal. Okay, so over here we can say that angle B plus 142 is going to be how much? Is going to be 180 degree. Okay, so let's solve this equation. The value of B is going to be how much? The value of B is going to be 38 degree. Okay everyone, so we need to find the value of XYZ. That is going to be how much? That is going to be A plus B, that is equal to 42 plus 38, that is equal to how much? That is equal to 40 degree. Okay everyone, sorry, that is equal to how much? That is equal to 80 degree. Okay, so let's try one more question. The second question is this one. Okay, in the above figure, in the given figure, okay, M is parallel to N. Okay, and 5 times of angle 5 is equal to 7 times of angle 7. Okay, 5 times of angle 5 is equal to 7 times of angle 7. We are supposed to find angle 2 and angle 2 plus angle 6. Okay, so angle 5 is here. Okay, angle 7 is here. What is given in the question? 5 times angle 5, okay, is equal to 7 times angle 7. Okay, 7 times angle 7. Okay everyone, so from this what we can write is angle 5 divided by angle 7 is equal to how much? 7 divided by 5. Okay, so let's consider angle 5 is equal to 7k and angle 7 is equal to 5k. Now we can see that angle 5 plus angle 7 is equal to how much? Angle 5 plus angle 7 is equal to how much? 180 degree, because they form a straight line. Okay, so we can see that 7k plus 5k is equal to how much? 180. So 12k is equal to 180. So we got the value of k. We got the value of k is equal to how much? 15. Okay everyone, so value of k is equal to 15. So from this we can say that angle 7 is going to be how much? Angle 7 is going to be 5 into 15. That is equal to how much? Angle 7 is going to be 75 degree. Okay everyone, we are supposed to find angle 2 plus angle 6. Okay, so now can we say that angle 7 is equal to angle 6? Okay, that is equal to how much? 75 degree. And we can also say that angle, why they are equal? Because of opposite angles. Because of opposite angles. Okay, and because of corresponding angles. Because of corresponding angles we can say that angle 6 is equal to angle 2. That is equal to how much? 75 degree. Okay everyone, So what we are supposed to find? We are supposed to find angle 2 plus angle 6. That is equal to how much? 75 degree plus 75 degree. Okay, that is equal to how much? 150 degree is the final answer. Okay, everyone. After this, let's have a look at one more question. In the given figure, okay, in the given figure, AB is parallel to CD. Okay, so over here AB is parallel to CD means you can say that AH, that is extended AB, that is AH is parallel to CD. Okay, find the measure of EFH. We are supposed to find the measure of this angle EFH. Okay, given that BHF is 40 degree. Okay, BHF, this angle is 40 degree. Okay, and BCI, the measure of BCI, look here, angle BCI is equal to 100 degree. Okay, so over here we are supposed to find angle EFH. Okay, we know that AB is parallel to CD, but we don't know that whether it is parallel to EF or not. Okay, we don't know that AB and CD are parallel to EF or not. Okay, so we cannot consider that. Okay, everyone. So first of all, let's try to solve this. Okay, so over here what we can see is, can I see that angle AB? Look here, we know that here AH is parallel to CD. Okay, so can I say that angle ABC is equal to angle BCD is equal to 80 degree. Okay, angle ABC is 80 degree and angle BCD has to be 80 degree because of alternate angles, because they are alternate angles. Okay, everyone. So now from this, can I say that 30 degree, okay, 30 degree plus angle, this one ECD, 30 degree plus angle ECD is going to be how much? Is going to be 80 degrees. So from this we can say that angle ECD is going to be how much? 50 degree. Okay, so angle ECD is going to be 50 degree. Okay, so over here what we can see that 130 degree plus 50 degree is equal to how much? Is equal to 180 degree. Okay, is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so from this what we can say that EF is parallel to CD. Okay, by using the property that we saw earlier. Okay, so 130 and 150, these are two internal angles. Okay, the addition of 130 and 50 is 180 degree. It means EF has to be parallel with CD. Okay, and AB is parallel to CD, EF is parallel to CD. So what does it mean? AB is parallel to EF also. Means AH is parallel to EF. Okay, if AH and EF are parallel to each other, then angle EH plus angle EF is going to be how much? Is going to be 180 degree. Okay, so angle EH is 40 degree plus angle EF is equal to 180 degree. So from this we can see that angle EF is going to be how much? 140 degree. Okay, everyone. So our answer is what? Angle EFH. That is going to be how much? That is going to be 140 degree. Okay. Now let's try one more question. In the given figure, AB and CD are parallel lines. Okay, we need to find the measure of angle Y. Okay, everyone, we are supposed to find the measure of angle Y. Okay, so what I will do is I will zoom this diagram. Okay, now so over here let's have a look at it. We need to find the value of Y. Okay, Y is here. Okay, now Y is here. So this angle is x by 2. Look here, this angle is x by 2. So can I say this angle is also x by 2 because of corresponding angles? Okay, this angle is also x divided by 2 because of corresponding angles. Okay, everyone. Now this angle is 3x by 2. Can I say this angle is also 3x by 2 because of corresponding angles? Okay, this angle is also 3x by 2 because of corresponding angles. Okay, everyone. Now after this what we can do is, can I say 5x by 2 and 3x by 2 is equal to how much? 180 degree because they form a straight line. Okay, everyone. 5x divided by 2 plus 3x divided by 2 is equal to how much? 180 degree because they form a straight line. Let's solve this. This is going to be how much? 8x divided by 2 is equal to 180. So 8x is equal to 360. Okay, so x is going to be 45 degrees. Okay, everyone. Now after that in this triangle, okay, we did not saw the properties of triangle, but all of us know that in triangle sum of all three angles is going to be how much? 180 degree. So in this triangle I can say that y plus 3x by 2 plus x by 2 is going to be how much? Is going to be 180 degree. Okay, so y plus this is going to be how much? 4x by 2, that is 2x is equal to 180 degree. So y plus 90, 2x is how much? 90. Okay, x is equal to 45, so 2x is equal to 90 is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so y is going to be how much? 90 degree. So this is how we can solve this question. Okay, after this let's have a look at the next question. Find the supplementary angle of an angle whose complement is 5/4 of its measure. Okay, find the supplementary of an angle whose complement is 5/4 of its measure. Okay, so hold on, let's consider the measurement of angle is x degree. Let's say that angle is x degree. Okay, its complement is going to be how much? Its complement is going to be how much? 90 minus x degree. Okay, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 5/4 of its measure, which is equal to 5/4 of its measure means 5/4 of x. Okay, so 90 minus x, 90 is equal to how much? X plus 5x by 4. So 90 is equal to 9x by 4. Okay, so x is going to be how much? X is going to be 40 degree. Okay, and we are supposed to find its supplement angle. We are supposed to find its supplement angle. That is going to be how much? That is going to be 180 minus x, and that is going to be how much? 180 minus 40 degree. That is equal to 40 degree. That is equal to 140 degree. Okay everyone, likewise we can solve this question. Okay, in the next video we are going to start with the triangle concepts.